Before I go into the sequence of the battle phase, let's first explain the dice results. The game uses 10-sided dice. Each die result will be applied as an attack against a base, kaiju, mecha, or city. Any results of 1 are an automatic hit on a city. They cannot be re-rolled. Each time a 1 is rolled, 1 damage point is applied to that city zone. It only applies to city zones. Once the total hit points of the city zone is achieved, in this case Santiago of 9, then a destroyed city token is placed on it. Any rolls of 2, 3, 4, or 5 are considered misses. You can use command points to re-roll, but you only get to re-roll them once. After that, if you miss again, you lose the dice for that battle round. Any rolls of 8, 9, or 10 are applied to bases, mecha, and kaiju only. Any rolls of 6 or 7 apply to all the military units. If there are no bases, mecha, or kaiju in play in the battle zone, then all the rolls from 6 to 10 can be applied against the military units and the portal. 10s count as 2 hit points. Note that only a maximum of 8 dice will ever be used on each side, whether you're using special abilities or normal combined attacks. To continue with the battle phase, the Caesarean player, as the invading force, chooses where to start the battles. She will start on the bottom right-hand side of the map board in the coastal zone south of Santiago. As there is no opposing forces there or in Santiago, the Caesarean player automatically gets control of those 2 zones. The next zone, however, Lima, there is opposing forces from the UNRF there to engage the Caesarean, so it is a contested zone. Therefore, a battle will take place at Lima. When engaging in battles at each battle zone, it is best for the players to start with the mecha, kaiju, and bases and work your way down to the military units. The reason for that is because the mecha, kaiju, and bases have special abilities on them that you may want to use instead of normal rolls to get benefit of their special abilities. The UNF player, using the support guardian, has an attack value of 4, so we'll be using 4 dice on its special ability to attack one of the kaiju forces. The Caesarean player will use the brawler. It has attack value of 3 and a special ability of its own that it will be using against the support guardian. Both players will roll their dice at the same time and apply the dice results, starting with any 1s for damage to the city. If none, then any misses from 2 to 5 will be applied, and using command points to re-roll, 1 command point for each dice to re-roll. If there are no misses, then any rolls of 8 to 10 will be applied against the kaiju and mecha first. However, the opposing player gets to choose where the hits go to, as long as all the hits are applied as best as possible. In this example, the UNRF player rolled a total of 5 hit points from 2 10s and an 8 against the Caesarean kaiju. The Caesarean player must choose which one will get hit. If she chooses the Ironsides, you must get the minimum hit points shown on the card, in this case 3 for the Ironsides. It is now damaged. The remaining 2 hit points could be applied against the brawler, but the minimum it needs is 3, so those 2 hit points are expended. Next is the military units. You got 1 hit with a 7, so the Caesarean player chooses which one of the 1-hit units gets destroyed. The Caesarean player rolled 2 6s and a 7, which are only hits against the military units, so the UNF player chooses which one of his units will be removed from play for that battle round. Note that green and red bordered military units must take a minimum of 2 hits to be destroyed. Any of the other colored tokens, except for the yellow bases, must take a minimum of 1 hit to be destroyed. Also, combat is simultaneous, so even if forces on one side are destroyed, they will still get to make an attack back before being removed from the battle. To continue the battle round, the Reaper will choose to attack against an army or marine unit, because if they do succeed in rolling a 10, they will convert them to a drone. In this case, he just gets normal hits, so the Caesarean player will keep those 2 hits to the side. Now using the Ironsides, it has an attack value of 2, as shown under the red icon of the claw. So the player will roll 2 attack dice, along with attack dice of any military units that have not attacked yet this round. So it'll be a total of 4 dice. The UNF player will also roll his dice again for that round. He had 3 units that were destroyed that round already, but they still get to make an attack. So those 3 plus the other 3 is a total of 8 attacks. So you roll 8 attack dice this round for the military units. After all the dice are rolled again, they are separated to determine hits and misses. In this case, the URNF player rolled 3 ones, so that'll be 3 damage automatically to Lima. So those dice are removed for that battle round. The URNF player also had 3 misses, and the Caesarean player had 3 misses. The URNF player decides to use 3 command points, 1 for each missed dice, to re-roll those dice. So it will reduce the command point tracker down by 3 points in order to do so. If there are still any ones rolled, they are still applied as automatic hits against the city, and any misses rolled are expended for that round. They cannot be re-rolled again. The Caesarean player also chooses to re-roll her 3 dice, so it will reduce 3 points on the command point tracker. Re-rolls the dice, and any misses are removed for that battle round. The URNF player rolled a 10, a 9, and a 6. The 6 will be used against one of the Caesarean units, so the Caesarean player removes one of his C units. With the 10 and 9, that's a total of 3 hit points. He doesn't want to remove the Ironside, so he looks at the Brawler. That takes 3 hits minimum, so it will be damaged. And his rolls are done. The Caesarean player rolled an 8, a 9, 2 7s, and a 6. The 8 and 9 will be applied against the support guardian since there is a still mecha there. However, it takes 4 hit points before being damaged, so 2 hit points will not be enough, so that is expended. The 2 7s and the 6 will be applied against any remaining URNF forces. There's the Navy, Army, and Marines. So he must take it against as much as possible, so he will move Army and Navy unit. The UNRF player decides he wants to use a nuke, so it costs 5 command points. He will reduce his command point tracker by 5 and gain a nuclear token, which will be placed in Lima. All military units, kaiju, mecha, bases, or portals, and even the city will be affected by the nuclear device. So the URNF player will roll for each one, starting with the city, which takes 11 hit points. Anything 10 or below, he rolls 1d10. Anything over that, he rolls 2d10 and adds the 2 dice. In this case, he rolled a 7, so the city takes 7 damage. It had already taken 4 for a total of 11, so the city is destroyed. And now attacking kaiju. Needs to roll what their defense is or better. When they're healthy, they are 8 or better. When they are damaged, they are 7 or better. If they miss, then they're lucky. Military units just needs to roll 6 or better, and they are destroyed. Same with the portal. 6 or better, and it's destroyed. In this case, a lot of units got destroyed, and the Brawler Kaiju. And the portal's gone too. Which means in the following game turns, if the Caesarean player rolls for 3 portals, she will only get 2. She rolls for 2, she only gets 1. However, she can use 10 command points to rebuild a receiving portal. As this battle round is over, and before the next one would begin, the players must decide if they want to withdraw or not. Starting with the Caesarean player, she will withdraw the damaged Ironsides back to Santiago, the next friendly zone for her, and the URNF will move the mecha back towards Mexico City by using 1 extra command point to move it because it only has a normal movement of 1, and that's 2 zones to move. The control token is removed because the city is destroyed now. So the battle zone in Lima has been resolved. Next would be in the Vancouver and San Francisco area. However, we do not need to resolve that one for example of gameplay, as you already saw a complete playthrough for a battle in Lima. To summarize the battle at Vancouver and San Francisco area, the Caesaran player won over in Vancouver, so the control token gets turned over there. However, the URNF player still controls San Francisco, so the control token stays green. And the Caesaran player withdraws her forces back to Vancouver, which is the next friendly zone for the Caesaran forces. Once all battles are done, the battle phase is complete.